Hey, hey, hey! It's season two, episode four time. Let's recap this. The way home. We are going back to the pond. Um, yeah. We got we talked about the Netflix thing. I watched it on Netflix again today. It felt so special. It felt so cool. And
Oh, I
are you not
I've
still?
never thought to do that. I haven't thought to do it yet because I'm such a routine. I
Girl,
gotta do
get
it
to
next
Netflix. I swear
episode.
the quality's better than what I have on demand.
I don't know if
Okay.
my quality's any better, but it is nice not having to fast forward the commercials.
That too. That too.
Mm. On our recordings,
Okay.
we don't have commercials.
So if on the off chance we have some new people here who don't understand how things are working, since more people are going to start watching the show, Sven, give them the rundown.
This episode is full of spoilers, lots of spoilers. We will be talking about everything in season two, episode four, along with everything that's happened before it, and possibly things that are going to happen afterwards. In fact, I know there's a couple of moments in this that will bring up things that happen in the future. So if you have not seen episodes past episode four, please leave, go watch them, and come back. We will always be here and pick us up from there. But for those of you that are staying, you know what's happening. You know that we're going to talk about this, and we assume you've already watched it all. So please join in the merriment. Yeah,
Let's
that's the
dive
name of it.
in.
All right.
All right, so the first 30 seconds of the episode really got me on the edge of my seat. I thought that Alice had actually traveled back in time and made it to a place where everyone in the Landry family was still present. Like Colton's there, Jacob's there, everyone's all together around the dining room table. It's dreams.
Dell actually acts like she knows who Alice is. That's what I was thinking that whole time. I thought it was real too. And I forgot it was a dream. And then I realized, okay, this is getting a little weird. It's got to be a dream. But the whole time, Dell was like, oh, oh, to Alice. I was like, real
That's how
nice. You
I
act
knew
like
it
you don't
wasn't
remember her. You say
real.
you don't remember her.
Yeah,
But it was fake.
they had me hooked until Jake said, "I'm drowning." Then I knew. I'm like, okay, yeah,
It took that
that's where
much.
this is going.
Oh, okay.
That's what sealed the deal for Sven.
That did it. Not Dell acting all nice.
All right, so
I
then
know that's a shock, but that went. Phew.
Not for
um
me, you know.
Alice is having some dreams, obviously, about this. There was definite. Did you pick up on like the Alice in Wonderland
Oh yeah.
mentions in her dream, and then she wakes up and sees like, oh, I fell asleep while reading. Look through the looking glass. I thought that was good, and I thought that was like a fun reminder that there are those parallels
hmm
between
And
this
if
season.
you read that book before you went to sleep, you're having nightmares. There's no getting around it.
Fun
That book is
story.
so whacked out.
We were raised to be very afraid of Alice in Wonderland, the cartoon, because our mom watched the movie and thought it was really scary. So, like 12 years old, I finally watched it for the first time while I was homesick, passed out after taking my cold medicine, was in and out of a dreaming slumber watching this movie. And I like finally finished it. And I was like, no wonder mom was so scared of this movie. It's terrifying.
That's funny because she knows that's one of my favorites. And it's
Period.
one of my favorite Disney movies, but it's not technically a Disney story.
Mm.
It was written well
Yeah.
long before Disney bought the rights. She knows that's one of my favorite movies. That's funny hearing that.
Opposites attract.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alice is really being called to going back and she feels like she has unsettled business. She feels like there's those hints that like, yeah, you're going back. Like just because your mom says no, there's this feeling, there's these signs that are pointing to like you do have some unfinished business here. You do need to go back. So she finally gets like the blessing of Elliot, right? And she's like, I'm out. I gotta go. Is it Elliot?
Hmm?
Is it Elliot that gives her the blessing? Like, yep, go ahead, go on.
Yeah, because he tells her that she needs to find out what happened.
Yes, yes, yes. And then she is blasted to the past and makes it to October 2001. What a time
Hmm.
in history.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that they use that, but I guess in that time frame, that's one of the it's the biggest event that happened in
Totally.
that era.
And you
And
hear Alice say something during this time when she gets there and she's like, wait a minute, this is the big thing that's going on that like I had to be like prepared for. Like, sorry, not to be selfish. I thought it was going to have a little bit more to do with me rather than the whole world. And Elliot kind of checks her and was like, dude, the whole world is struggling right now. Check yourself.
hmm
So
Hmm.
that was interesting.
Right. Once again, I feel like she runs into that problem a lot, not specifically with a global event, but just like tunnel vision, thinking about herself. And there's Elliot just being like, once again, leave me alone, quit it.
Yeah. So then what happens next? We flash forward to present time, and Kat finds Jacob's childhood friend who's come to work at the farm today to help Dell with the upkeep since she's so preoccupied with her bees.
Danny.
Good old Danny.
I
And this isn't the first time that we see him.
felt that too. And I felt so silly because I was like, I feel like anytime he's in an episode, I'm like, oh, is this the first time we've ever seen him? But I was like, we had to have.
yeah, we have seen him before. That I think this is the biggest conversation he's had.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
didn't Kat run into him at the cemetery? Or does that come up later?
I
Oh,
know. I was like, what episode was that though? Yeah, they did. It's got to be at least one of the first times because they did like intentionally do the flashback of them as kids. So we knew
right.
like, oh, click.
Yeah.
But still, I felt pretty lost. I was just like, once again, I've lost track of the episodes.
The timeline gets so complicated.
It's easy to do. Um,
Um, Go.
First though, what drove Kat outside, and then she saw Danny. Remember, she was in the kitchen talking with Brady and Dell about the Landry land and how Kat just starts spewing how the history of the land and the farm and it's got to be preserved and this and that. She's really coming close to just telling Dell, "Hey, I've been there when this was forming. I know what this farm."
Hmm.
And you almost thought she was going to spew that out, but then she said a line that it kind of it bugged me. She said, "Since I left, I don't get a say."
Mm,
No, no, you don't. It's your mother's farm.
Mm.
Granted, you grew up there, but she has the say on it. You left town. You did leave. You moved away. You have a family of your own and this. So, really, you don't have a lot to say about what she does with that farm.
Yeah.
So, I didn't like the way she went about that, but Dell's not going to put up with that.
Hmm.
right.
You
We
know,
know
You can't
that for
tell me what to do
certain.
with my
right.
property.
Um,
Yeah,
she
that
does
struck me. And so then she went on to Danny. Sorry, go on.
totally. No, I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like the idea of Jacob's impact, she talks about this later, and how like essential Jacob was to the forming of the town. I think that is very much on the forefront of her brain. And so not only is she trying to like kind of stake her claim on things, what's happening?
I don't know why she's
It's
laughing at
so
that.
funny. Every time that they bring up or you bring up how important and integral Jacob was to building the town, it makes me laugh so hard because I just think of him as a 6-year-old. I did this
No, he's a
in the
grown
last
man.
I'm gonna have to put subtitles on that.
We've lost her.
Do the laughter.
No, but I think Kat is just like bamboozled at maybe, yes, the fact she's picturing a 6-year-old also establishing this town and building a lighthouse and stuff, because that's how she remembers. He was involved in so many things, and there's no record whatsoever of him. Like,
episode.
riddle me this. So I feel like that's very much on her brain, along with the like, hey, I'm a Landry too. Where's my saying it, mom?
Hmm.
Yeah, I
There's a
see
lot,
that.
I think, to that. But yeah, and then we hop back to Alice and Elliot in the past. They're like Elliot is always at ends with somebody, whether it's young Elliot or present day Elliot. He's always fighting with somebody right now.
But
Always.
we kind of finally get he blurts it out what his angst is all about.
And what does
We
he
know
say?
it, we see it, and we've seen it in other episodes, but this time he finally blurts it out to Alice where all this angst is coming from. And we'll get to that in a little while. But this conversation he has with Alice on the loft had me in stitches. I mean, I was laughing so hard because he's talking to Alice as teen Elliot, right? They're pretty close in age, but the way he talks to her,
I'm 19.
he says, "You wouldn't get it. You're
I
just
go
a
to
kid, Alice."
university.
And she says, "We're the same age." And he goes, "No, I'm 19 now. I go to university." And
The funniest part,
then she pulls a Dell line and looks right at him and goes, "Then why are you here? Like, why
I
aren't you at school?"
thought, like all that was so funny to me because I thought he was gonna be like, I'm older than you, like we're decades apart. You don't understand what it's like to go through this time period in real time, all of
Mm.
this. I thought that's what he was trying to say. So when he just spits out, I'm 19, I was like,
How long have you been 19?
right? I'm like, come on.
Twilight. All right. Yeah, but the good thing about this conversation though, in this him being snarky about that, is it finally led to the pact. We've heard about the pacts in previous episodes that Elliot and Alice end up making a pact not to talk about the future anymore. And this is where it finally happens. And
And that just goes,
it's Alice's idea. She said, "Then let's make a pact right now to not talk about the future." And they agree on it and shake on it. So this is where the
Okay.
pact actually started.
And she still goes on to say, it's it's okay, it's not bad or whatever. Some parts are actually good. Like as she's saying, I'm not gonna tell you anything,
Right.
but like one last thing, let me get it in there.
And later on, he does call her out on that about breaking the pact. So,
well, and it's so funny to see 19-year-old Elliot and grown-up version of Elliot go through the same battle with two different women at the same time in this episode. Like he's battling with Alice, like, don't tell me anything about my future. It must be nice to know everything. She's like, okay, fine, I won't tell you anything. And Elliot's like, in the real present day world, I don't want to know anything anymore. We need to make a pact. Don't tell me anything, but I'll listen if you tell me stuff.
yeah.
It's
Hmm.
just so all over the place in two different like decades.
I think his good intention is not to do that. But then as a teen, he does it as a self-defense mechanism. And
Mm.
then as an adult, his curiosity is like, well, wait a minute. If they're going, they're already doing this. I might as well know about it. It's not about my future anymore. It's all about the past now. So
Mm.
there's nothing they can tell him now about his future from them traveling back. So now he's curious. Now he's like, ooh, I want to know. Tell me more. Tell me about Jacob. Tell me about this Thomas Coyle dude. No, that doesn't, not yet. So, but he is, and he's very intrigued about Susanna, and I think that comes out of genuine curiosity of wanting to know
Yeah,
ancestor and what she was like and how things were.
totally.
And when we
Right?
get to
Now it
that,
has to do with
remind me
him and
because
his family.
Kat drops a line that kind of takes out. I know there's been some talk about the Susanna Cat possible relationship, but it kind
But
of
they're
takes that out
lovers.
of play.
Say more.
Well, later on, she's talking to Elliot about Susanna, and he asks about her, and she says something to the line to the effect of, "I may have lost a brother then, but I feel like I've gained a sister." So I don't think she's looking at Susanna romantically at this point. She's looking at her like a sister and a
Yeah.
confidant and somebody who's helping her out. And So,
She can't figure out what her intentions are because she keeps trying to kidnap her in the dark of the night.
well, she pulled
She's
a
still scary
dagger on her.
Susie.
The dagger.
She pulled a dagger. Yeah.
Needs a couple more episodes for the relationship to warm up a bit.
Yeah, but right now it's been nipped, I think, in the bud where
Yeah.
we're not really to think beyond that, but and I don't know how intentional that was, or if she was just trying to say how nice of a person Susanna is and helpful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Give Elliot something nice.
Ugh.
Uh,
Well, Kat tries to, back with the like ping-pongy parallels of like, do you want to know? Do you not want to know? Do you want to know? Do you not want to know? We have this funny moment in present day time when they're at the cafe, the point, and the point.
yeah, the point.
Okay, why is it like this
It
first time?
always, it always
Every
goes.
time? My goodness gracious,
Is
my
it the point
apologies, everybody.
or the Point Cafe?
The Point Cafe. Um, Poor Brady, first of all, is just like trolling around town, like looking for purpose like a lost puppy throughout this entire episode. Like trying to have
Every
breakfast with
episode
his
he's
daughter,
in.
she bails. Trying to get coffee with Kat, she bails. Just like poor guy striking out left and right. But anyways, while they're at the point, um, Kat bails on
The
Brady
Point Cafe.
and says to Brady, like, okay, see you later. And then she goes to Elliot, like, everything okay? And she just lingers there. And she goes, "Oh, what's that now? Oh, sorry. I know something. Do you want to know it? Oh, I don't think you want to know it. Okay, never mind. We don't have to talk about it." And just plays this like fish and bait game, like, hello, take the bait.
So, would you say she'd linger more at that point? Oh, sorry. All right, go on.
Was lingering more.
Oh, I forgot to mention, speaking of that, when I started the episode, they gave like the previously on, and the first thing I heard was Elliot saying his quote about the things that you thought that we were as kids. Oh, they're gonna be totally different or
You'll
something. And I was
never
like, we're
see us the
still used
same.
to that.
That does come up again at the end, and it's
Nothing
got the
happens.
got the quote for that.
Gosh. But yeah, meanwhile, like after Brady gets like the diss and has to figure out something to do with his life, he's like, "Hey, Dell could use some help. She needs a good lawyer. I'm a lawyer." And I thought there was this really beautiful moment of them, like of Brady like offering help and being so hardcore denied by Dell. Like, nope, don't want your help, don't need it. No, thank you. Goodbye. And he just kind of like puts her in her place and is like, you know what? Sometimes when people want to help, it's not because they think that you need it. They just want to show that like they care about you and they want to be able to help you. So let people help you. And I was like,
I have that quote because that was a good one, and
it was good.
My one quote. That was
it
my one quote. I really wanted to read it.
oh,
Good job.
you still can, but it I felt like it really kind of softened Brady a little bit.
Mm,
A lot of people at this point have been on the teen Brady hate train, and his character is just it's kind of nails on a chalkboard type character.
unlikable.
Yeah, and this kind of starts to bring him around. Remember when we said in season three we really like Brady's arc and where he's become?
Mm-hmm.
This is, I think, was a start of that. And it was that
Mm,
quote right there. He kind of backpedals a little bit with his confrontation with Sam, but he was just trying to be tough lawyer guy, but
yeah.
which was hilarious. And I also have that quote where he's talking to Dell about this before he dropped that line on her when he says, "You've never seen lawyer Brady in action. That guy's pretty tough." And then he whines because he got stung by a bee. That was funny. Good writing. But and then the quote came. Lawyer
Oh,
Brady, do you actually want to read the quote?
No, it's good. I didn't have it written down exactly word for word, but it was pretty close.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
all good.
Kelly got it pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
read it
Yeah.
for us, Fun. Recap it because it was that good.
All right. He
Right?
says, Dell, sometimes when someone wants to help, it's not because it's they think you need it. It's because they want to do something for someone they really care about.
Mm.
And
Right?
that was great because, like I said, to me, in my eyes, it brought Brady, it's starting to bring him to more adult human with a lot of empathy and sees what's going on instead of look at me, I'm rich, I'm a lawyer.
Mm.
Hmm.
So that was, it
Right?
was
Like,
nice to have that line in there by him.
and I liked it kind of, I've kind of, I think, been not like a fan of Brady, but like I don't hate him as much as most people do, we'll say. And I like seeing the relationship in the past as well, like
Mm.
going back and forth with this episode. And like, we can't say, I don't think, that he never cared. Like, he does really care, like, about Kat and stuff, and like staying with her and like wanting to marry her with like all these dark moments of like family falling apart and all that. Like, I think that's nice. And then to see it being extended to Dell is like, okay, you really do care. Like, yes, points. Like, good. But I don't know. I always liked him. Even as a teen, he's annoying, but as an adult, I think he's a nice dad.
And while you were right on this, one of the I don't have a lot of ponder points in this episode. I know you're all disappointed. But one of the little things I was this point right here when, just like what you said, Kendra, about him sticking with Kat in all these dark times and that. I like the idea that he proposed to her, she proposed back, you know, in their conversation, and then he actually proposed and gave her the ring. That all this happened before the pregnancy.
Mm.
So they didn't
Mhm.
get married just because of Alice, just because Kat got pregnant. And that's kind of, if you weren't paying attention and didn't remember this episode, when this happens later on, that's kind of what we're kind of led to believe that, oh, there's a baby in the picture, they're going to get married now, and she's going to move to Minneapolis. This stuff's already happened. They've already talked about getting married. He's already proposed. He's given her a ring. So it was kind of nice to see that way ahead of the pregnancy.
Hmm.
That wasn't what caused them to be together. They were actually together because they wanted to be at first. So I thought that was kind of nice that they did that.
Well,
Point
in
of
that whole scene of like sitting down and watching the memorial concert on the TV and stuff, and you like see like Kat and Dell have their fights and just like are obviously very disconnected. But oh, go.
who remembers that? I remember
Mm.
that concert.
That's wild.
It's
Okay. All right,
not
go on. Sorry.
easy.
But Brady takes Dell, like they go to the dining room table together and he asks for Kat's like hand in marriage, right? He does like the proper traditional like asking, not Colton, but asking Dell. And I feel like again, that idea of caring about, respecting, and just like really valuing that family unit and like Kat, I feel like is so seen in that part too. Where he's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Because right
Hmm.
before that, we see a quick moment where Dell puts her hand on Kat's shoulder before Brady calls her into the kitchen.
mm-hmm.
And you can tell it affected Kat. And she
Mm.
kind of like stopped and paused and looked up, like, did that just happen? And you could tell she almost was like you said, like Dell has seen her. She knows she's there. She's part of the family. She could feel that again just for that brief moment, and then, you know,
It was gone.
it's gone. It passes.
When will we
But
see
there
it
was
next?
that briefest of moments.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The moment that was not so brief, though, was Elliot overhearing Brady's plans and his soul being stomped to smithereens. And yeah,
Right. And when I first saw this happening, playing out, I was like, dude, you knew this was going to happen, right?
yeah.
But he said something to the effect of, it's it's different when you know about it as opposed to being surprised by it. Like
Well,
this
and he
is
said too at the beginning, like, I thought I had so much more time.
yeah, and that too. And
Right. You're only 19.
going to university.
He's being married.
Yeah. So yeah, it was, you know,
So sad to watch.
it was tough.
Yeah.
But
And
Feel for
again,
him.
it was made easier to watch because we know what happens. We know they get married, Alice
yeah.
and then they get back together late in the future, you know.
Well, and then after he's done confessing his undying love for Kat, and Alice was like, "Oh my God, like you do love my mom. You're head over heels in love with my mom. What the heck?" And then he's like, "Yeah, duh. Where have you been?"
Right?
Any other network, he looked right at her and said, "No, what
Right?
have you
And
been watching?"
and then she's just left, or then he gets to the point of like, am I always going to feel this way? Starts looking into her for answers. Like, am I ever going to like, can I ever have a future of my own at all? Like, what's going to happen here? And you just see him just like looking for anything in Alice. And Alice is like, you'll be okay. It'll
Mm-hmm.
all work out.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to help him right now,
Right?
but
So, yeah, at that point, she says this quote, knowing the two of you, you're going to be just fine. And that's the quote. Remember that
Mm-hmm.
quote later on. I'm going to bring it up again.
in this episode,
Yep.
ooh,
It's kind of a quote slash ponder point. It's kind of a Elliot slash Sam moment. So we'll talk about it.
ugh, Sam. I think I like avoided taking down any notes about him.
And he comes on
Um,
screen, I'm just like,
I I didn't have a lot about him other than I guess I did. I take that back. The scene with Brady, and we'll get there. Um, but first we have to. I think we need to talk about Elliot and Kat talking because this does lead to something in future episodes. But Elliot and Kat now. This is right after the Elliot and Ellis teen conversation. Um, sorry, I was reading your chat there. Uh, but Elliot and Kat are sitting in Elliot's house talking about Jacob, and Elliot says, well, if he delivered a ship to the British, he had to take a ship home. So his name's got to be somewhere in a manifest. And he says Victor had old manifests because he collected them from that time.
Yes.
And so they're having a conversation about that. And she goes, does he really have some? And he says he's going to look for them, which we know in the future he does find something. Um, But then she shows him the picture of my Catherine that she took with her phone of the painting. And that's basically when he tells her she has to go back and find out what happened to Jacob. Now he's all on board after he's seen this
mm-hmm.
picture.
Of
Ping pong,
course. I know.
ping
I was
pong,
like, I'm
ping
losing my
pong.
patience.
Exactly. He's starting to give her whiplash.
That's
Um,
too.
if only I had an apple with me. Anyways, um, you know. So yeah, so then this goes on. Kelly, I see you got this point. Now, so Kat does go back, and then she
Hmm.
ends up at night in Lawyer Brady's scene there.
And my gosh, she comes into quite the event. We got gunshots going on. Thank goodness they're not aimed at her this time. But we've got the guns going off. We've got
Yeah.
Cyrus. We've got Thomas.
I was like, well, if she doesn't get shot, do I need to do it? Yes.
Yes, always, every day, every time, every
Like
week.
now.
Okay, I need some explanation as to what is going on here. Clearly, Cyrus and Thomas are working together.
I
Thomas is,
think Thomas is just another smuggler henchman that Cyrus does business with.
and Cyrus does not trust him.
Nope, not at all. Which he has good reason.
Valid. Thomas for sure is up to something shady.
Yep.
And as we're trying to figure out what the drama is between those two, Scary Susie comes in lurking up behind Kat and kidnaps her again. Like, we've got to learn the casual, hey, Kat,
Sister Susie.
Yeah.
Scary Susie.
Just put a knife in your throat and say, get out of here. So yeah.
Again, with the like, are you
Dagger.
good? Are you bad? Like, what role are you playing here? Good guy, bad guy?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that conversation that Cyrus has with Thomas, talking about skimming off the top or, the last shipment being light. we know what happens, but there's a brief moment where you think, is that the ship Jacob is on? And
Recap
so,
what we know.
what's that?
Recap what we know.
Okay, yeah, spoilers. I mean, you
You
at this
make the
point,
assumption.
we've all seen it, right? That's why we're here. So we know that Jacob was working with Thomas to skim that rum from Cyrus. And that's why Cyrus has Jacob arrested and tortures and, whips him and stuff because he knows he stole from him and worked with Thomas to do it.
Mm,
Thomas still tries to cover his tracks, and it sounds like later on, he's gonna blame Jacob, but kind of tries to protect him at the same time. More out of, I think, Kat and Susanna forcing him to. But this is the conversation where we learn what kind of happened.
the beginning of it.
Right. And then later on, we'll learn that Jacob was involved. And then we say involved in what? Well, goes back to this
All
conversation.
of this.
Yeah. So it's kind of important to know about that here
Totally.
going forward. And then, like you were saying, going on to Susanna and Kat's conversation after being accosted in the woods.
Nice word choice. Yeah, I didn't collect the most details from this part.
I got a few. Shot.
Ditto?
I got a few.
Okay, let's hear them.
So I like the conversation about because Kat asks, my wound is gone. How did you do that? And she says,
Oh,
well, I'm a healer. I know about this and that. So she basically told her she's kind of a witch, and but
A
yet
white witch?
she knows about healing and stuff. So more of a doctor witch. But if the town knew everything that Susanna knows, they wouldn't understand it and they would think she was a witch. And we know what happens to witches back then. So not good stuff. Um, and then Kat says, well, I'm magic like you, and tells her about the pond and time travel, tells her about Jacob disappearing in the pond as a child. And Susanna backs that up and said she remembers when she was 5 or 6 about rumors about a child appearing for Jacob and Rebecca, or Elijah and Rebecca Landry. So she knows about that. She knows she heard rumors about Jacob just appearing one day. So it makes her believe everything Kat's saying. And she tells her that. She says, I do believe you. I believe what you're saying. Which I think is a big step because now you've got 2 witches.
Mm-hmm.
double the witches, double the
Ready for
fun.
Halloween.
Right. And so Kat's talking about to Susanna about getting the story out there and getting the truth out there. And Susanna says the history books often differ from the truth. It's just a story written by the winners to suit their own needs. Well, as we know, the Port Haven history was written by Cyrus Goodwin, but it really wasn't. It was written by Susanna, or parts of it were, and they were left out of the book, and that's comes up in season 3. So,
Mm.
but
That's a
Susie.
good
it's
quote.
cool to see all these quotes and these things that when they happen because we know they come full circle and they come back around later on.
And again,
That's
so
good.
easy
Ooh, I
to
love
look
this.
this season over and all of these episodes over without having the season 3 hindsight.
Right. And it's because it's not in your face action and fun and frivolity. It's not, dancing and singing. Well, there's dancing and singing in this episode, but you know what I mean? It's not just all, hey, let's hang out and have fun. Woohoo, summer, fireworks. There's a lot of conversation in here in these episodes that you just gotta kind of pick up on,
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to because
Little
they are going
breadcrumbs.
to come back. Yeah.
Little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we hop back to the future, and Lawyer Brady is ready to lawyer up for Dell to Sam. And I think this is the funniest scene of potentially maybe the entire series.
Oh, this is a good one. This is good. You're right.
So, uh, Lawyer Brady, you want to talk about it or
What were we going to talk about?
when Lawyer Brady suits up and starts lawyering?
No. I'm going to sit back and hear your perspectives.
All right, my perspective is it starts off hilarious when Dell puts the pastries on the table And Brady doesn't want any part of that. And he said pastries might send the wrong the sorry, pastries might send the wrong message. Well, what kind of message can you send wrong with a pastry? Like, come on.
Too comforting, too
Yeah,
informal.
he didn't want Sam to be comfortable. Like, yeah, you're right.
And he sure was. He was taking those pastries.
Oh, he was so smug. He knew all along what the outcome of this conversation was going to be.
He makes me so mad.
He was going to drag Brady along a little bit, knowing full well that Brady was actually kind of right, and he was going to tell Dell he would honor the lease. And you could tell the minute he walked in, that was the outcome. He knew all along what he was going to do. But it
Mhm.
was just so funny watching him be so smug and just brush Brady off whenever he tried talking about it. And especially
And
when he goes,
just
"Ooh,
like
are these raisins?" Like,
lawyered him.
yeah.
Ah,
And
Oh, so you're certified or you have what's the word, like your credentials,
licensed
your
in
license. Thank you. I'm thinking total teacher lingo. You're licensed to practice in Canada? No, Minnesota. Well, you're out of boundaries here.
yeah.
So stop trying to lawyer me. It's like, oh,
But he did it without Brady's smugness. You know how Brady was,
totally.
I'm the lawyer. I'm gonna tell you what this is. You look right here on this page. And
Effortlessly.
he was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. You know? It really put me in mind, and I know you guys don't want to hear this, especially Lawyer Brady up there, that
what's
Sam is
new?
much smarter than Brady and smarter than probably a lot of people on this. Because he's doing what?
Time traveling.
No, you're gonna like this reference.
Gonna
He's
say,
playing chess while the rest of them are playing checkers.
hey,
Oh, get
And
him.
what's his favorite chess piece?
The
the
bishop
A
bishop.
bishop. Yeah. All right. So yeah, but that was
Where is the chess piece?
in Evelyn's upstairs.
in Lingamore.
Who had the chess piece? Let's not bring them up yet.
All right.
Max.
But it was in Lingamore where the kids changed. They weren't the same kids she thought they were. Anyways, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Then Sam leaves. He agrees to it all because that was his intention all along. And Brady proclaims to Dell, "We did it, Dell. We won." Oh, you didn't win.
Let him have it.
It's so funny. But it was just funny just to see that interaction and tough Brady, lawyer Brady, going to work.
I just, you saw how mad it made me and Dancing Monica last time. Just the presence of Sam Bishop and these characters that annoy us. And now I'm mad again that he's back.
Then get ready for the next character because the next scene is
Uh-huh. Who's back?
Noah. This scene
And
cracked me up
Casey.
All three
because
of them were here.
Alice is standing there looking at Noah as a way to introduce him more to the show in this scene. And she's like, hurry up and pay because I'm leaving. You need to pay. You need to go now. I'm leaving. Is the cafe closing because Alice leaves or
Right?
she's the only one that can accept money there? I don't know. It's just like don't push him out. If he wants to stay, he stays, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's
And
funny.
then, but that I didn't quite get that scene because I think Kelly, you wrote in your notes like um about who's Noah or why is he there?
Like, what?
Like you didn't remember him at all in that season. Like why is he even there? Because
Right. Like
the
he's been
next
here for
scene,
so long.
right? He's there for 5 seconds, and the next scene he's gone. That we don't
Mm,
see him again in the episode.
right?
Well, we see him briefly at the sing along thing at the open mic, but no
Mm.
interaction. Um, but now after that, Alice goes back once again, flip floppy. Now she's going back to and sees Tina Elliott in 2001,
Mm,
and
he's frazzled.
I have one of the funny what I think is one of
When
the
is he
funnier quotes in
not?
the episode. Um, Elliot's already in the car and he's like, "Come on, Alice, hurry up, we gotta go." And she's like, "What? Where are we going? What's going on?" He goes, "Stupid Brady asked me to take stupid pictures of the stupid proposal." I
And of
thought that
course
was
he
such a
did
teen thing to say.
it. What
That
a
was funny.
19-year-old.
Poor guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, but can we talk about the sing-along musical production of it's a Moulin Rouge song, right?
it is. It's from Moulin Rouge.
That they start performing. Dancer Monica is just working it with Nick. Don't get jealous, Sven.
It's
Right, Nick?
good.
Brady is belting out his heart. Like, who knew that Alice came from a family of singers on both sides of her family lineage?
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard,
It
which
I
was
is
was
so
probably
laughing
why
because
Kat says no.
yeah, that was the best. No, I was laughing because of what Brady said that he basically invented the flash mob. I don't think three people is a flash mob, but
Not a flash mob.
kind of funny.
Also, flash mobs are dancing.
Yeah,
right?
Like,
musical instruments and things and a big production. But
that was a whole production that he
as
organized.
far as proposals go, though, I thought he did a good job.
There was a lot of love that was put into that.
Right, a lot of thought. He got friends on board. I thought that was good.
Points for Brady.
He even got
Oh, very
Elliot
High
with
School
his
Musical, though.
camera. Look at that camera right there in that photo.
Uh-huh.
They're so cute.
Yeah. So yeah, but what's funny is remember earlier in the episode, Brady is talking about the proposal as Dad Brady. He's talking to Alice and Kat, and he said, we would have had pictures of it, but your friend flaked out, Elliot flaked out and didn't take any photos.
Mm.
Well, now he says he's going to take pictures of this stupid proposal. But as you see it happening, they show him he's just standing there holding the camera. He's not taking a single photo. He's just distraught. He's not snapping a photo. And so he was right. He flaked out. He didn't take any pictures
Oh, did he
in there.
though? Mm.
But he got the golden shot.
So then they do the thing, they sing, and like you said, she turned him down, right? She said it was just too much. And she goes off. She goes outside. But then who sees Alice in the window?
Nick!
Mm.
And that boy
I
lights up like a Christmas tree.
I was so happy for him because he did light up. He was just like, "Oh my God, it's Alice."
He's
She lit
back.
up. She was happy to see him. And then I felt so bad for him as that scene went on, but typical.
Making out.
Yeah, but the way it went down.
Gotta go.
Making
Yeah.
out, gotta go.
I was
So
just like,
Later.
how many times have I seen this scene? It
a
did nothing
billion.
for me.
How many
Not
times have you
only
broken up with him?
we
Right.
right.
I was like, this is still an option here? Huh?
We've seen this scene not only with poor Nick, but with almost everybody in Alice's life. Her friends, her family, you know. I
You
gotta
know
go.
what? I've got a theory brewing here.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
There is a reason that nobody recognizes Alice from their past. They all blacked her out and they were like, that flaky girl didn't do anything for anybody. All she ever did was come around and like get our hopes up, then run away. Get our hopes up, make us feel loved, run away. They all just like took her and deleted her and they're like, mm-mm,
Yeah,
goodbye,
she doesn't stick
goodbye.
around long enough to get in their brain of what she looks like.
Nick was like, that girl didn't was no good. That girl was no good to me.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because this scene,
Like,
the way it ended, I like you said, I felt so bad. They both lit up. They were both happy. They were both. It was a pretty passionate kiss. It wasn't just a "Hey, see you later." And then as soon as the kiss is done, I need to go. And then poof, she's gone again.
my mom's
Like,
waiting for me.
Like, and he's just like, "Will I ever see you again?" She goes,
what do you think?
"Well,
Valid question.
right." And then she said something about we'll see each other again in the future or something very vague and very
Awkward.
don't drop that lip smack on him and then do that to him.
Lip smack.
Yeah, I was just like, ugh. But anyways, why they were in that boat, that was a boat he was working on. But then Brady and Kat come outside to talk about what just happened. And they duck down and hide. And they're watching the whole thing. Yeah.
I got my lip smack on.
Oh my. Nice.
So plant one on Nick.
So it's, they hear the actual proposal or the one that was accepted. Kat proposes to him. He gets on his knee, proposes to her, gives her the ring. Elliot finally takes the photo.
Mm.
And the two little lip smackers are
Who's in the back?
hiding in the boat. You see their little heads peeking up. I thought that was kind of cool, and I thought that was neat that Elliot had that picture this whole time.
Hiding
Right.
on his desktop computer.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Like, so he did have photos of Alice back then.
Right. I was like, how did this not get out? Like,
Right. So if he was looking at photos like in the past, he remembered what she looked like. And when she showed up in town, he knew right away that was Alice.
Hmm.
But then I guess he probably talked to her more than anybody did because she didn't goof
mhm.
out on him so much.
She didn't,
Yeah.
yeah, flake
Can't
out too
flake
much
out
because
on
she
him.
always needed him for
Right.
answers and stuff.
Oh, oh, Alice.
Uh-huh. Not
Oh,
looking good.
Alice.
Yeah, but and I liked at that point when he said, um, "You finally have a picture of all your friends back then."
Oh, I thought
And
that was
then,
so
or of
sweet.
all your friends in that picture. And
Mm-hmm.
then she said, not all of them, referring to that Elliot wasn't actually in the photo.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice,
Yes,
given how they've been at odds in the previous episodes, it was nice to see that
I thought so too. That warmed my heart.
them kind of come together there.
Mm-hmm.
totally. Um, then flashing forward to like the like deciding what to do with that ring in the present day. Kat tries to give it back to Brady. Brady says, "No, it's yours." They decide to just give it to Alice. And Alice has just come off of seeing this go down like in real time, and then is gifted the ring. And I thought the quote that came with that was really quick or really cute too. She goes, "What are you doing? That's part of your love story. Like, keep it, hold on to it." And what is she told in return? You are our love story. I was like, "Ooh, you got the good
Oh,
writing."
nice.
Yeah, that was good. And
Then I was
I
curious, I was like, "What's the value on that ring?"
can I
Save the
replace it with
farm.
cubic zirconia and sell the real diamonds?
So she has that beautiful moment with her parents and her love, like she's recognized, she's feeling loved. It's time to perform. Noah is lurking in the background, which we can see in my, no, wait, that's Nick. Sorry, not Noah. Whew.
I
Oh,
Mixing
hope
it
he's
up.
not back then. Is he in
Probably
my
is.
background too?
Probably.
he's an
Is he a time
1814.
traveler?
Okay, so Noah's lurking around as per usual. And then as Alice starts performing, who do we get a 0.5 second glimpse of? That perfect face. Perfect face, Kendra.
Yeah, exactly. I have always said, like, there's no way Casey is Alice's child because they never like have that like happiness or whatever that like Alice has for Kat. And right then I was like, oh, that's a pretty
But
face. She's
I
happy to see her.
I
Very happy
really
to see her.
I like that they showed Casey right there because we know they end up with that ring. And this was the big
Yeah.
scene with the ring. It finally shows how
Oh.
Alice came into possession of the ring. Because we
Yes.
were wondering that. Remember, we couldn't remember how she got it in the future, and because she said, "That's my ring. I'm that Casey's wearing,"
Hmm.
and that's how she came into possession of it. And then what do they show right after she gets it? Casey's sitting
JC.
there. You know,
Okay, that's a great connection. That's like a little ponder
Well
thought.
done.
I did have that as a
Ponder.
counterpoint for later on, but
Okay. Like, does it
as we're
count?
talking about it, it's like, wait a minute, that's the ring. And then boom, they show KC, which is starting to
So
become a
random.
habit with this show where they drop these things like, oh, this happens, here's this person, so we know they're going to be involved at some point, you know.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
but so obnoxious at the same time.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then
Who are you,
Alice,
PC?
what?
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you so eager?
There you
Right?
go.
No
Are you giving like
shame.
desperate pick me energy?
Uh-huh.
Who hurt you?
What
I
do you
think
need?
we're gonna learn in season 4. There's a
I
lot going
can't
on
wait,
with
Sven.
them. I know.
I cannot wait.
It's been a long time coming.
So while Alice is singing, she is singing Superman.
I'm not.
I got a little emotional during that.
She sounded great.
Yeah, she did do a good version of that song.
Well, and
Uh,
you just think about the lyrics of the chorus and everything, and it's like, it's
right.
not easy to be me. And they're just giving these little montage things of
The
everybody.
flashback
And I'm like,
montages, that was good.
Elliot crying.
Yeah.
dang. It was a reminder of just like how difficult some of these chapters have been for our main characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hence
And
the
then
title name, Wake Me Up When September Ends.
right. And then we're getting to the very end here, this episode, before we talk about a couple of points. Um, and then as she's singing, and towards the end of her singing, Kat and Elliot are talking, and she asks if she's going back again, and he nods yes. And then she says, "Is she going to see?" And he nods yes again. And Kat says, "She's going to hate me." Why? What happens at Lingermore? That's so bad. We gotta know. Oh, wait, we do know. It's not much.
Mm.
But
Again,
then,
you just think that there's going to be like a murder or
right,
something.
right. And then after she says this line, there's a quote to end the episode. And you tell me if this quote sounds familiar. Elliot says, because she says she's going to hate me, Elliot says to her, "No, knowing you two, you're going to be just fine."
Ah,
That's what Alice told Elliot about Cat and Elliot. The exact
Mm.
line. Exact.
Uh,
wow.
And so Elliot pulls that line out here and gives it to Cat. So
uh,
knowing you two, you're going to be just fine.
good
Good
stuff.
pickup.
Well, that really gave me that moment of Sam standing over the pond in that scene where Elliot was standing over the pond,
Mm,
because they know what's that people are what they're doing.
yeah.
And this really flashed back to that by them repeating that line. So I
Dang.
thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we wrap up the episode.
Yeah, it was
Overall thoughts?
the recap made me appreciate
Oh,
Really?
stuff because it was like a little, I won't say it was boring, but it was one of those like less like intense whatever episodes that, weren't so
Totally.
thrilling. So I can appreciate a little bit more now that we've reflected.
Well, and just digging up the like how we like the breadcrumbs of it all and connecting it
Hmm.
all and just taking those
Yeah.
like finer details rather than like the what you said, like the oh my gosh.
Hmm.
yeah,
Didn't have me on the edge of my seat. Yeah.
But it's got
Um,
me thinking. And
mhm.
again, appreciating the writing, like you said, totally.
Right. Yeah. The thought was there. So it's like, well, then it was good.
yeah.
All right, you got some ponder points?
Well, I didn't have many. We kind of hit on them already. The Moulin Rouge song, that Brady didn't just write that song. That actually was from Kat's favorite movie, Moulin Rouge.
Okay, that's good to know because I didn't know. I didn't recognize it. And I was just like, of
Yeah.
all songs, what is this? Like, come on, guys.
So that's an actual song. And I was thinking during this, we talked last week about, or 2 weeks ago, about all of the titles of these episodes being song titles, and they don't use the songs in the episode. But in this episode, they use the Moulin Rouge song, they use the live version of Superman, and then Alice's version of Superman in
Mm-hmm.
this episode. And I think using those actual songs gave this a little more meat, a little more that we could relate to that, hey, this was the songs of the
Hmm.
time. This has actually happened.
Yeah.
So I thought that was neat that they used the actual songs. My big ponder point was the ring that we saw how Alice came into possession of it. And then boom, they show Casey sitting there
Yeah.
knowing that they're going to end up with the ring.
Yeah, that was good.
Spoiler.
That
So
was good.
But
sneaky.
so now we're just left with how did it go from Alice to Casey?
Hmm.
You know, so
And we always come back to like what happens when two things exist at the same time? Does Alice have the ring when Casey has it?
Mm.
Yeah, remember we tried looking. I remember we talked about that in season three. We tried seeing if Alice still had it, but they never really showed like the actual necklace with it on there. So we don't know.
I'm still so bamboozled by Casey and by Sam Bishop. Like, we know they're together. We know they're a duo. We know that they are time traveling. There's the hint and the inkling of like coming from the future because of like so many different things. But like Sam, like the way that he was such like an expert lawyer and all this stuff, like he's just lived a solid life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're hopping and bopping around and like, where are you coming from?
Right. Like, and
No.
Sam, and I've never called him just Sam before. Who? First name basis. Mr. Bishop and Casey are such a bizarre like duo. Like Kat and Alice make sense. Like just frolicking around together, time traveling, whatever. Like they seem like a pair that makes sense because they're mom and daughter, obviously. But the other two are just so random. I'm like, what do you have to do with each other? And
What
why
is the
are,
connection between you two?
yeah. I
During
still don't want to
season
believe it.
four, during season four, I want you to remember this conversation because when we find out why they're together, you're gonna go, "Oh, well, that makes perfect sense."
Or maybe I'll just
Hopefully,
be so mad about it. Knowing
hopefully,
me,
writers. But
Yeah.
hopefully.
yeah, it's I'm hoping, anyways. That's the conclusion that they draw is that they make it all make sense why they're
Right?
together. Because
Like,
right now, I mean, right now, I don't even see it. There's no connection between the two.
no. And so
And
I
they don't even lead us on that there is yet.
yeah, and I don't personally, I do need to separate myself. I don't really think Sam Bishop is hopping around in the pond. I've
I
never like thought that. I don't think I have a reason to,
That
but
would
he
make more sense.
knows.
That is more believable to me than he is. Yes.
That is more believable to me than him being Colton's lost brother.
Oh my God. Yeah, like I still think that's where you're at. I don't know. Are
I
you?
still am.
Like
There's
that's the
part of
best
me
we
still
have.
is.
I think he knows things. The lawyer stuff makes sense that he would know things and he has to get involved in some way. That's
Yeah.
all I
He's
want to give to
too
it.
stable in like a non-time traveling person's life. You know? Like he's
Right.
had a career in the law.
Oh.
Cat
Hmm.
can't work for more than 24 hours at the Herald. Alice has, I don't know what her grades are like in high school.
Luckily her
Luckily, her
friend
science
is
teacher
their
probably cut her
teacher.
some slack
Uh.
because he doesn't go to work. So, like, you look at all of this like flightiness with our like time traveling people and everything, and I'm like, there's no way. And he's like, worked for 25 years in law and then bought this place in Port Haven. Port Haven? Port Huron? Port Haven. Goodwin? Godwin?
I get it though. When you say
Knew
something so
Godwin
many
was
times,
coming
it's
up.
just
I
like
knew it.
And
You're on.
then he's like, oh
Clayton
yeah, and then
Colton.
my horse, like can't get my horse to stick around. I really should have thought about that before I like made this move. And I'm just like, that is a grounded in the present moment person.
Hmm.
It is.
I'm
And
with you. I'm with you.
Okay,
I think
cool.
he's very grounded person. He, like you said, he's lived this life. He's had a 25-year um as a lawyer, had his own firm, and I I just I don't agree with the Bishop name. I still think it's Landry, but we'll see. Season four. We'll see.
No, he's a good one. He married Evelyn. What?
And took her last name. So progressive.
Well, wait a minute. Now, the writers keep doubling down and they keep talking about in interviews that KC is a Goodwin, a Landry, and an Augustine.
Oh yeah.
She has all three there. So how
Oh
does
yeah.
Sam fit
Remember
in?
my theory? What was
Sam
it?
Bishop Landry
Casey
married a
is the
Goodwin.
child. Wait, oh no, that doesn't make sense. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but
I don't like it. That would be
Evelyn.
interesting though.
What's Evelyn's last name?
Godwin?
Yeah, she's a good one.
God.
And if a Landry married a Goodwin, so where's the Augustine come in? Maybe Cyrus and Susanna had a child and it's KC. Or
Casey
it's
is not coming back to the future from the 1800s
or
with
she's
non-binary
like a
Or
pronouns.
he, they are a descendant of Susanna and Cyrus. So there's the Goodwin and the Augustine, and then Sam Bishop comes along and brings in the Landry blood.
nope. It's
All
Cat
right.
and Elliot's child.
We'll save this for season four theories, but moving on. Um, I have one quote which I think is I don't know if it's my favorite quote. I think my favorite quote was Elliot lashing out at Alice about the stupid Brady asked me to take stupid pictures of the stupid proposal. Thought that was hilarious. But there was another one that I thought was funny. Um, it reminded me of Dell ripping on Kat a little bit. When Brady and Kat were getting coffee and they turn around and Elliot's right there. And Elliot makes a quip about Brady being on vacation for a long time.
How long are you going to be here?
Yeah, and then Brady says, "Yeah," says the teacher. Like, why aren't you
Who's
in
not at
school?
work?
You
Who's
get 3 months
never
vacation yourself,
taking
so
a
shut up.
sabbatical?
It's 1:30 on a Tuesday, Elliot.
Yeah,
Go to fifth period.
unless it's summertime and he's got an extended vacation, which that might have been what he was hinting at,
But it's
Oh, it
September,
is.
it's ending.
but it is, yeah, it's
Wake
September,
me up.
October, so
It
yeah, they are in
okay.
school. But it was just funny the way he said that. It just reminded me of Dell making fun of,
Remember, Alice said that she wasn't going to go see her dad for the summer.
yeah.
She was going to stay to help save the farm,
Save the
Right.
farm.
which she hasn't done anything.
And then I
Because
think
the
we've
farm
hit
doesn't need
all my
saving.
other quotes. Anybody else got any that we didn't talk about?
No, I'm
No.
ready to go back to the crime scene report and really start thinking about the possibilities of who Casey is. It is so maddening that there's no possible way it makes sense.
I see a couple of
Noah has to have something to do with it.
some shorts coming up that we can make about this
Ugh.
topic.
I'm just thinking all the characters that they keep throwing at us that have no purpose, and the fact that we've uncovered that Casey and Noah and Sam were all introduced at the same exact time.
Right. We had a theory on Noah, didn't we? On who he actually is? I don't remember what it
I
was. If
don't
anybody
know
out there
that.
remembers our antics and craziness from season three?
No, we thought.
All caps, Noah.
Well, Caps Noah.
Oh, yeah. He does have
And
that
then he
moniker.
disappears for so long and then just pops back up.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had any personal theories. I guess, yeah, I feel like there was something there with like the Max and him thing.
Why
But
they could be friends.
Yeah,
right, they
I
aren't
think
friends.
I think
Why
that
is
was
he
it.
gold? Like, why are you go away? Like,
I
get out of the coffee place and go do
I
something.
think
Like,
that was the connection was those two. Like, what are those two doing?
yeah, like they're up to something.
Right.
He is more than what we think. He's not just someone's grandson who owns a food truck.
One
Yeah.
more ponder point I want to add to the mix is
Oh,
following all of the youngster actors, like the characters in the 70s, following all of those accounts and just seeing how much they're posting from like being on set and everything like that. Like little Evelyn is there. Everybody, young Dell, young Colton, they're like all there. And I can't even begin to predict like what part of the storyline that we're going to continue to get from them.
right. We
Last we
thought that was
Yeah.
saw,
done.
Evie said, Deuces, I'm going to Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So yeah, I'm really curious what time frame that is when they're together. I also, on a side note, have got to say, following them on Instagram, it I don't know if it melts my heart, but I just love seeing how those actors hang together and
Best
just
friends.
yeah, they're great friends. And it looks like they just have a good time. And I don't know. There's something about that
So pure.
I'm like, call
yeah,
us
So
up. I want to
Hallmark.
hang.
yeah. And then you see Allison with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Sadie, is in with them, and it's really cool to see that they get along the way they do.
So cute.
Yeah. So
All right, so
really
I'm getting more and
excited.
more excited at the thought of season 4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about just how long these like cliffhangers have been in the making. Again, how long we are for any kind of answer.
And we're gonna get them. The writers have said we learn about Casey, we learn about Sam in season 4. So
It's
it's
gonna
coming.
be packed.
Get your theories out while you can, because before long, it's gonna happen.
All right, I gotta go to the crime scene board from It's
Uh-huh.
Always
FBI
Sunny.
board coming up.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, drop your theories. What are you thinking? Let us know. And until then, may the pond take you wherever or whenever you need to go. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Same place.
Sounds good.
Toodles.